This is Concept E classes, and today we'll study Chapter 3 of Class 8 Social Science Geography, Mineral and Power Resources. So in this chapter, first we'll see what are mineral resources, what are the types of minerals, how minerals are distributed in the world, uses of minerals, and how minerals can be conserved. Then we'll deal with the power resources and the two types of power resources, which are conventional resources and non-conventional resources. So first let's study about mineral resources. Now what is a mineral? A mineral is a naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition. A mineral is a naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition. And these minerals, they are not evenly distributed, but they are concentrated in a particular area or rock formations. We can find minerals in areas that are not easily accessible, like that in volcanic areas due to the crystallization from magma. We can find minerals there. We can find minerals in the bed of Arctic Ocean as well as in the Antarctic beds as well. So here we can see this mineral quartz. So these areas are not easily accessible. Hence we can say that minerals are formed in different types of geological environments under varying conditions, and all these minerals, they are created by natural processes without any human interference. Now these minerals, they can be identified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density, hardness, chemical properties such as solubility. Now let's see the types of minerals. Now there are over 3,000 different minerals in the world, and on the basis of the composition, minerals can be classified as metallic and non-metallic minerals. And metallic minerals can again be subdivided into ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. So let's now discuss each of this briefly. First, let's study about metallic minerals. The metallic minerals, they contain metal in raw form. Now metals are hard substances that can conduct heat and electricity, and they have luster. Luster is a characteristic which gives a shiny like appearance. Now some examples of metallic minerals are iron ore, bauxite, manganese ore, copper, gold, etc. Now what is this ore? Rocks from which the minerals are mined are known as ores. Now these metallic minerals are again subdivided into ferrous minerals and non-ferrous minerals. So let's see what are they. The first one is the ferrous minerals. Ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese and chromite, they contain iron. So these are ferrous minerals, and in the total production of metallic minerals, 75% is constituted by ferrous minerals. Now a non-ferrous mineral, they does not contain iron, but they may contain some other metals such as gold or silver or copper or lead, etc. So these all are non-ferrous minerals, and these minerals, they do not have any magnetic properties, and they are generally resistant to corrosion. So ferrous minerals are those which contain iron, and non-ferrous minerals, they do not contain iron, but they contain some other metals such as gold or silver or copper, lead, etc. Now let's see what are non-metallic minerals. Now non-metallic minerals, they do not contain any metals. For example, mica, salt, granite, limestone. So all these minerals, they do not contain any type of metals. Now mineral fuels like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. So we studied that the minerals are found from rocks buried under the earth or under the seabed. Hence it is necessary to extract these minerals. So minerals can be extracted by three processes. One is mining, then drilling and quarrying. Now mining is again subdivided into open cast mining and shaft mining. Now let's discuss each of this process briefly. So first let's study about mining. Now the process of taking out or extracting minerals from the rocks buried under the earth's surface is called as mining. The process of taking out minerals from the rocks buried under the earth's surface is called as mining. And the mining is of two types, open cast mining and shaft mining. First let's see what is open cast mining. The minerals that lie at shallow depths, shallow means not too deep, just a little depth, are taken out by removing the surface layer, and this type of mining is known as open cast mining. So we can say that this open cast mining is a surface mining technique that extracts minerals from an open pit in the ground. And this mining technique is used when the minerals are found relatively close to the surface of the earth, not too deep. Now the next mining is shaft mining. Now some minerals may lie at greater depths. So at that case we use this shaft mining. Deep bores called as shafts. Shafts means like a long narrow pipe or something. They have to be made to reach the mineral deposits that lie at greater depths. So this is called as shaft mining. So this is how they do shaft mining. So in this shaft mining, here the miners, they dig straight down or almost straight down until they reach their desired depth. Then this mine begins to branch out in all directions. So next is drilling. Now petroleum and natural gas, they occur far below the earth's surface. Hence deep wells are bored to take them out, and this is called as drilling. So drilling is a process of penetrating through the ground and extracting rocks from various depths. Next is quarrying. Now minerals that lie near the surface are simply dug out by the process known as quarrying. So quarrying refers to extracting minerals directly from the surface. So quarry, the term, it's used to indicate the exposed surface of natural rocks. So we saw what are minerals, the types of minerals, and how minerals are extracted. Now let's discuss about the distribution of minerals. The minerals, they occur in different types of rocks. Some of them are found in igneous rock, some are found in metamorphic rocks, and some are found in sedimentary rocks. Now metallic minerals, they are found in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Some of the examples are the iron ore found in North Sweden, the copper and nickel deposits found in Ontario, Canada, iron, nickel and chromites and platinum found in South Africa. So these all are the examples of minerals found in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Now sedimentary rock formations, they contain non-metallic minerals like the limestone deposits which are found in the Caucasus region of France. Then we have manganese deposits found in Georgia and Ukraine, and the phosphate beds found in Algeria. These are some of the examples of the non-metallic minerals found in sedimentary rocks. And coal and petroleum, they are also found in sedimentary strata. So let's see how the minerals are distributed in different parts of the world. So this is a map which depicts how the iron, copper and bauxite are distributed in different continents, and this is a world map showing the distribution of mineral oil and coal. Now first let's see how the minerals are distributed in the continent Asia. Now this continent Asia, it produces more than half of the world's tin. China, Malaysia and Indonesia are among the world's leading tin producers. And China also leads the production of lead, antimony and tungsten. China and India have large iron ore deposits, and Asia, it also have deposits of manganese, bauxite, nickel, zinc and copper. Now let's see how minerals are distributed in Europe. Now Europe is the leading producer of iron ore in the world. The country with the largest deposits of iron ore are Russia, Ukraine, Sweden and France. Minerals deposits of copper, lead and zinc, manganese and nickel are also found in Eastern Europe and European Russia. Now let's see how the minerals are distributed in North America. Now, the mineral deposits in North America are located in three zones: the Canadian region, north of the Great Lakes, the Appalachian region and the mountain ranges of the west. Iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium and copper are mined in the Canadian Shield region, the coal in the Appalachian regions, and the western Cordilleras or the mountain ranges of the west, they have vast deposits of copper, lead, zinc, gold and silver. Now in South America, Brazil is the largest producer of high-grade iron ore in the world. Chile and Peru are leading producers of copper. Brazil and Bolivia are among the world's largest producers of tin. South America also have large deposits of gold, silver, zinc, chromium, manganese, bauxite, mica, platinum, asbestos and diamond as well. And mineral oil is found in Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Peru and Colombia. Now Africa is rich in mineral resources and is the world's largest producers of diamond, gold and platinum. South Africa, Zimbabwe and Zaire produces a large portion of world's gold. The other minerals found in Africa are copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium, cobalt and bauxite. And oil is found in Nigeria, Libya and Angola. Now, Australia is the largest producer of bauxite in the world. It is also the leading producer of gold, diamond, iron ore, tin and nickel. It's also rich in copper, lead, zinc and manganese. Kalgoorlie and Coalgardie areas of Western Australia have the largest deposits of gold. Now let's see how the minerals are distributed in Antarctica. Now, the geology of Antarctica is sufficiently well known to predict the existence of a variety of mineral deposits. Large amount of coal is forecasted to be in the Transantarctic Mountains and iron near the Prince Charles Mountains of East Antarctica. Iron ore, gold, silver and oil are also present in commercial quantities. So now let's see the uses of minerals. The minerals are used in many industries. Minerals which are used for gems are usually hard. These are then set in various styles for jewelry. Copper is another metal which is used in everything from coins to pipes. Silicon, which is used in computer industry, is obtained from quartz. Aluminium, which is obtained from its ore. Bauxite is used in aeroplanes, even in automobile parts and as well as in buildings. Aluminium is also used in bottle industry and even in kitchen cookware. So these are some of the uses of minerals. Now, conservation of minerals. Now, minerals being non-renewable resources, they have to be conserved, and it takes thousands of years for the formation and concentration of minerals. And the rate of formation of these minerals is much smaller than the rate at which the human consumes these minerals. Hence, it is very important to conserve these minerals. And we can conserve this by reducing the wastage in the process of mining, and recycling the metal is another way in which the mineral resources can be conserved. Now let's study about power resources. So the power or energy plays a very important role in our lives because we need power for industry, agriculture, transport, communication and even defense. Now the power resources may be broadly categorized into conventional sources and non-conventional sources. Now let's study more about these in the following slides. So the first one is conventional sources. Now conventional sources of energy are those which have been in common use for a long time. So those sources of energy that have been in use for a long time are called as conventional sources. Example, firewood and fossil fuels. Now what all were the fossil fuels? Coal, petroleum, natural gas. So these all are examples of conventional energy sources. So the first conventional source that we're going to study is firewood. Now firewood is widely used for cooking and heating. In a country, more than 50% of the energy used by the villagers comes from the firewood. And the remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth for the millions of years, they got converted by heat and pressure into fossil fuels. The remains of plants and animals which are buried under the earth for millions of years got converted by heat and pressure into fossil fuels. So the fossil fuels such as coal and petroleum, natural gas are also the main sources of conventional energy. And the reserves of these minerals are limited and hence they are likely to be exhausted. Hence we have to conserve these minerals as well. So now let's discuss about the next conventional sources, which are the fossil fuels. So the first fossil fuel that we're going to study is coal. Now coal is the most abundantly found fossil fuel and it's used as a domestic fuel in industries such as iron and steel, in steam engines and even to generate electricity. Now the electricity from coal is called as thermal power, and coal is referred to as buried sunshine. You know why? Because the coal which we are using today was formed millions of years ago when giant ferns and swamps got buried under the layer of earth, and due to high pressure and temperature it was converted into coal. Hence coal is referred to as buried sunshine. Now, the leading coal producers of the world are China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa and France. The coal producing areas of India are Raniganj, Jharia, Dhanbad and Bokaro in Jharkhand. This is a thermal power station. Next fossil fuel is petroleum. Now, petroleum is found between the layers of rock and is drilled from oil fields which is located in the coastal areas or in offshore. This is then sent to the refineries which process the crude oil and produces a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics and lubricants. Now, the petroleum and its derivatives are called as black gold, and petroleum producing countries are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, USA, Russia, Venezuela and Algeria. So all the darkest area in this map shows the countries which have more oil. And the producers in India are Digboi in Assam, Bombay, High in Mumbai and deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Next fossil fuel is natural gas. Now, natural gas is found with petroleum deposits and is released when the crude oil is brought to the surface. So this is how natural gas is found here. So we have discussed about how petroleum or natural gas or coal is formed in your chapter 5 of class 8 science. If you have any doubts, you can refer the slides of the corresponding chapter. Okay. Now, natural gas can be used as a domestic fuel as well as an industrial fuel. We know the CNG that we used in automobiles nowadays is a popular eco-friendly fuel and it causes less pollution than petroleum and diesel. Now, Russia, Norway, UK and Netherlands are the major producers of natural gas. In India, we have Jaisalmer, Krishna, Godavari Delta, Tripura and some areas offshore in Mumbai have natural gas resources. The next conventional source of energy that we are going to study is tidal power. Now, the rainwater or the river water stored in dams is made to fall from heights, and these falling water flows through the pipes inside the dam over the turbine blades placed at the bottom of the dam. Now, these moving blades then turn the generator to produce an electricity, and this electricity is called as hydroelectricity. Now, the water which is discharged from after the generation of electricity is used for irrigation, and 1/4 of the world's electricity is produced by this conventional source of energy, which is the tidal power. Now, the leading producers of tidal power in the world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil and China, and the tidal power stations in India are Bakhara, Nangal, Gandhi Sagar, Nagarjuna Sagar and Damodar Valley projects. So let's now briefly discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of the different conventional sources of energy. So first one is oil. The advantage of using oil, it's easier to transport through tankers. It's the basis of petrochemical industry. Disadvantage of oil is depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage. Pollutants released cause acid rain and exploration of a new fuel is not easy. Natural gas advantage, it's easier to transport, it's cleaner than oil and coal and it's cheaper than oil. Now, advantage of using firewood, it's easy to access, provides energy to a large number of people. Disadvantage, the collection is time consuming, it's polluting, it promotes greenhouse effect and also results in deforestation. Coal. Advantages of using coal is extensively available. What? Coal is extensively available. It's efficient conversion to electricity. Disadvantage, polluting source and it's very bulky to transport. Tidal power, advantage, it's non-polluting. It promotes irrigation and fishing and it's very cheap. Disadvantage, displacement of local community, inundates low-lying regions and expensive to set up. So that's all about conventional sources of energy. So we studied all about conventional sources. Now let's deal about non-conventional sources of energy. Now, the increased use of fossil fuel is leading to its shortage. It is estimated that if the present rate of consumption continues, the reserve of these fuels will get exhausted. Moreover, their use also causes environmental pollution. Therefore, there is a need for using non-conventional sources of energy such as solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, which are renewable. So, renewable resources are those which can be used again and again. They get replenished naturally. So, the non-conventional sources of energy are solar energy, wind energy, nuclear power, geothermal energy, tidal energy, and biogas. So let's discuss each of these non-conventional sources of energy briefly. So the first one is solar energy. We know that the sun's heat and light energy can be felt by us every day. The solar energy trapped by the sun can be used in solar cells to produce electricity. Many of these cells are joined into solar panels to generate power for heating and lighting purpose. Now, the solar energy is used in solar heaters, for solar cookers, solar dryers, and they are also used for community lighting and traffic signals. So next non-conventional source of energy is the wind energy. Now wind is an inexhaustible source of energy. Windmills have been used for grinding grains and lifting water since olden times. But in modern time windmills, the high-speed wind, it rotates the windmill which is then connected to a generator to produce electricity. Now wind farms, they have clusters of such windmills and are located in the coastal regions and in mountain passes where strong and steady wind blows. Now wind farms are found in Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA and Spain. So the next non-conventional source of energy is nuclear power. Now the nuclear power is obtained from the energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. Now these fuels, they undergo nuclear fission in the nuclear reactors and emit power. So what happens here is that nuclear fission takes place inside the nuclear reactor. So what is nuclear fission? The nuclear fission is a nuclear reaction in which a heavy nucleus splits spontaneously with the release of energy. So the nuclear power plants, they use this heat produced in the nuclear fission to produce steam. Then the steam is used to spin large turbines that generate electricity. Now the greatest producers of nuclear power are USA and Europe. In India also there are large deposits of radioactive elements. Like in Rajasthan and Jharkhand, they have large deposits of uranium, thorium, which is found in large quantities in monazite sands of Kerala. The nuclear power stations can be seen in Kalpagam in Tamil Nadu. So this is the nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu. Then we have Tarapur in Maharashtra, a power station in Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, and also in Narora in Uttar Pradesh and Kaiga in Karnataka. Geothermal energy. Now the heat energy obtained from the earth is called as geothermal energy, and the temperature on the interior of the earth, it rises as we go deeper, and sometimes this heat energy may surface itself, that is, it may come up in the form of hot springs, and this heat energy can be used to generate power. Now the geothermal energy in the form of hot springs have been used for cooking, heating and bathing for several years. So this is a geothermal power plant. Here the hot water is released through the steam vent, and the steam can be used to generate electricity by using a turbine and a generator. The hot water can be released through geysers, hot springs and steam vents. So these all are sources of geothermal energy. Now USA has the world's largest geothermal power plants, also New Zealand, Iceland, Philippines and Central America. So this is a geothermal power plant situated in New Zealand. In India, geothermal plants are located in Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley in Ladakh. So the next non-conventional source of energy is tidal energy. Now the energy generated from tides is called as tidal energy. Now the tidal energy can be harnessed by building dams at narrow openings in the sea. Now during high tide, what happens? The energy of the tides is used to turn the turbine which is installed in the dam to produce electricity. And Russia, France and Gulf of Kutch in India have huge tidal mill farms. The last non-conventional source of energy is biogas. The organic waste such as dead plant and animal material, animal dung and kitchen waste can be converted into a gaseous fuel called as biogas. These organic waste is decomposed by the bacteria in the biogas digesters to emit biogas, which is essentially a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. Now, the biogas is an excellent fuel for cooking and lighting and produces a huge amount of organic manure each year. So now let's briefly discuss all the advantages and disadvantages of the non-conventional sources of energy. So the first one is wind energy. The advantage, it's non-polluting, low cost production of electricity, one setup, and it's safe and clean. Disadvantage, noise pollution. The windmills are costly to set up and it disturbs radio and TV reception and it's harmful to birds as well. Solar energy, the advantage, it's inexhaustible and it's non-polluting. Disadvantage, it's very expensive and it's a diffuse source, so it gets wasted. Tidal energy, advantage, it's non-polluting, it's inexhaustible. Disadvantage, it destroys wildlife habitat and it's difficult to harness. Nuclear energy, advantage, it emits a large amount of energy. Disadvantage, it generates radioactive waste and it's very expensive as well. Biogas, advantage, it's low cost, easy to operate, makes use of bio-waste. Disadvantage, it causes the greenhouse effect. Geothermal energy, advantage, it cleans, eco-friendly and always available and is located far away from the cities and it's costly to transport the electricity. So this is a disadvantage of geothermal energy. So that's all about non-conventional sources of energy. So energy is everywhere, but we can see that harnessing this energy is both difficult as well as costly. So each one of us can make a difference by not wasting this energy. Energy saved is energy generated. Act now and make brighter energy future. So that's all for chapter 3 of Social Science, Geography, Mineral and Power Resources. Tune in soon for the next session. Thank you so much. May God bless you all. Take care and bye-bye.